Greetings, sports fans, and welcome to the eighth edition. Hey, getting up there in editions for the Breath of Fresh Air webcast here on YouTube. But it's good to have you guys on. I am Charles Taylor, and say what's up.
What's up? I'm Patrick. Just in case you don't know.
I don't know by now, right?
Yeah, if they don't know by now, they never will.
Yeah.
Then again, I probably will be a household name, Charles. Just saying.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But
maybe about it. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, I'm giving. Well, well, on that note, let's talk about some of the things we're going to discuss for this webcast. We're going to preview the college football and NFL action coming up this weekend, and we will also discuss Colin Kaepernick's status. Is he the 49ers quarterback of the future? And we'll dive into this supposed Taylor Swift curse. But let's start with college football for now. Patrick, is there any games that particularly catch your eye for this week?
There's a few of them. I mean, I was looking at some of the schedules, man, and of course, you know, the first game that's going to stand out in my mind is this Alabama versus Georgia game. I'm not saying that because I'm a huge Georgia fan. I am saying it because I am a huge Georgia fan, but I'm not. I don't know how that makes sense. No, I mean, you know, this I like my Georgia Bulldogs in this game, man. I really do. I think they should be playing with a chip on their shoulder for the last 3 years that Alabama's come in and smashed us in Georgia. So, I mean, I like my Bulldogs in this game, man, and it's not because I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. This is a good – this may be a preview of an SEC championship game right here. So, you know, I'm predicting my Bulldogs to win this. I'm not going to say it's going to be any blowout or anything, but
you know. What's the score? I want a score.
how you going to do that to me?
Oh, because Patrick, that's how we always do this show. You know we give scores. We'll try to get off of it now.
Oh, man. I'm going to feel like a crack fiend, man.
All right, you know what? Look, I'll let you slide.
No, I'll give you a score.
All right.
28-24, Georgia.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. You know, that game. I mean, that's probably the biggest game I'm looking forward to myself. This game, Patrick, it's gonna be tough to call because Georgia runs that pro style offense. Alabama has a very good front seven. So what I'm thinking with this game is if Georgia is going to win, Lambert has to do it with his arm a little bit. Alabama's going to try to stop Nick Chubb. So he's going to have to be able to throw the ball on them. And if Alabama does have a weakness on their defense, it is that secondary.
Absolutely. I would love to see Lambert throw that 96% again, man. That would make my day. But all right. If y'all don't know how hard I am on my Georgia quarterbacks, well, you're about to find out. I don't think
let him have it.
I don't think he can do it, man. Look, Lambert lost that job at Virginia for a reason. And now I'm pissed off that he's playing for Georgia right now. Look, he's a good quarterback, man. He doesn't need to be playing for Georgia. I don't know who needs to be playing for Georgia right now, but, man, he's got me nervous. He's got me scared. And if any team is going – I don't like this matchup for him. I mean, I got Georgia winning, but I don't like it because it's Lambert, man.
Nick Saban defense, man, and you know – he can put some things together on the game plan to try to confuse the quarterback. He can blitz a lot. He can play a lot of zone coverage. Lambert's definitely going to have to do his homework. Nick Chubb, you still have to give him his carries. He still has to get about 20, 25 carries. But
so does Sony Michel.
Right, yep.
You can throw in Marshall in there and let him run it. But I can tell you right now, man, this game's got my butthole like this. I don't like it, man.
I mean, It's a tough matchup, man. Another one that I'm looking forward to also. Well, a couple of them, and I'll jump on them real quick. One is Ole Miss at Florida. Uh, really, this could be big for the SEC East. For the last few years, we know how the SEC West has been the dominant conference out of the two in the SEC, or excuse me, the dominant division out of the in the SEC. So you have Ole Miss coming to Florida, you have Alabama coming to Georgia. This could be a statement weekend for the SEC East, but that one's going to be interesting, huh?
Mississippi State going to Texas A&M.
Yep, Mississippi State's going to Texas A&M, but they're in the same division though. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, I see where you're going with. Okay, I totally didn't catch that.
Patrick, but
my fault.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. So you, but here's another game, real quick. Also, Patrick, Notre Dame and Clemson.
You read my mind.
I think that'll be interesting. They're playing in Death Valley. Well, Clemson's version of the Death Valley, and that's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to pick Clemson, but it's not going to be a blowout. I think it will be close. I do think Notre Dame will show up to play, but I have Clemson winning that game. Let's go. I think it'll be a little high scoring. We'll go 31-27.
All right. Well, you read my mind, man. I'll tell you right now, man, when they start running down that hill, they better rub the hell out of that rock. That's all I'm saying. Because if they don't and they lose this game, I'm blaming the rock. I'm blaming everybody. I'm blaming the fans. I'm blaming everybody. I'm mad if they lose. I got Clemson winning this, man. I'm going even a little higher than you. I'm going 42-32.
All right. Oh, one more before we move on, Patrick. Texas Tech and Baylor, because I just think that game's going to be 78-72. Baylor. Dude, I really think.
Okay. All right. I got you on this.
There might be 150 points scored.
I was thinking the same thing about this. I was going. I was going around 76-62.
I
mean, you got a little more than I do, man. But man, who knows, man? All I can say is remember that TCU game I called last year.
Yes.
Just saying, this is going to be a high-scoring game right here, man.
I mean, Xbox numbers going up here.
Oh yeah, I can tell you right now, Baylor and Texas both are going to be fighting over PlayStation cheats.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, moving on, Patrick, from the college football action. A lot of games to look forward to, though, man. Should be a very, very interesting weekend. Yep. Any NFL games that pique your interest?
I got 2 NFL games, man. I mean, with this season or this schedule this week, man, I'm a little bored with it. I mean, honestly, it's not that good of a week for me to watch. But I'm looking at Arizona and St. Louis, man. If St. Louis is going to win this, man, they got their front four, man. They're going to have to develop pressure, man, and I think they can. Personal prediction, I got St. Louis 21-17.
Upset. Well, you know what? I don't know if that would be a huge upset. It's a division rival, so anything can happen in those division games. But I guess on the surface, Arizona being 3-0, St. Louis 1-2, I guess that could be considered an upset. But I like where you're going with this, man, because I wouldn't be surprised either if St. Louis pulled this game out. I think Arizona is going to win because they are at home. I don't know if the Rams can score enough. That's the thing. That they can get pressure on Carson Palmer. I think they can make things difficult for their offense, for Arizona's offense. But can they score? If they can score, then yeah. But I don't know if St. Louis can even put up 21 points. So I got Arizona. I think it'd be like something like 24-14, 24-17.
Fair enough. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong. If Arizona wins, that is no surprise at all. Mm-hmm. But my next game is Denver and Minnesota. Again, Adrian Peterson gets his carries. 25 carries, man. Minnesota stands a chance to beat this team. Peyton Manning is. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's the downfall of Peyton Manning or anything like that. I'm not as ignorant as ESPN is by no means, but I will say this: he has a little
We'll
struggle.
get on ESPN a good little bit in a while when we start discussing Colin Kaepernick. But yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'll save all my comments for him then.
Okay. Yeah.
But I got Denver winning this. Let's say 32-24. But it wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota does something about carrying the ball maybe 30, 35 times, gives Adrian Peterson a lot of touches to control the clock. Best way to beat Denver, keep Manning off the field. If you can do that, you always get a good chance. So that's the two games I saw.
I hear you, man. And with the Minnesota-Denver game, real quick, man, I wrote an article on the blog site about maybe this team, this present Broncos team, being potentially the best team Peyton Manning has been on. Reason why I say that is because pretty much every year Peyton Manning has played, he has not had a defense. This Denver defense is first in a lot of stats right now. It's early, right? I don't want to sit here and say this is the team that's going to win the Super Bowl. You still have to beat New England. So it's not anything where I'm willing to say Denver's going to win the Super Bowl. But the way the team is designed, he finally has a defense it looks like he can depend on. So if he doesn't have his game to par, then that defense can carry them. And remember also, Patrick, when Peyton Manning won his Super Bowl, the only Super Bowl he has with the Indianapolis Colts back in the 2006 season, that defense stepped up. Manning did not have a good playoff run. His stats were pretty bad. I think he had about 3 touchdowns and 7 interceptions during that run.
Yeah, dude. I mean, his quarterback rating was like 60s.
Awful. But the defense stepped up and were able to make plays. So this Denver defense, man, they're playing pretty well, and they're pretty strong on all on each level of the defensive line, linebacker, special teams, or excuse me, special teams, secondary. So
yeah, you might want to get it together, man.
I might need to go to sleep.
Pull it together.
Yeah, I need some sleep.
Because last time I checked, special teams did not play on defense.
They did not.
They did, but
no, you're right. I messed up. So yeah. Before we move on to Colin Kaepernick, anything else on the NFL?
One more or two more. I want to point this out for one reason. Chicago, man. If they don't win,
you pointing them out? Ugh,
wow.
Sorry, Larry. Sorry, Larry.
Right now, because if they can't beat Oakland and get into the winning column, they might be done for the season. That's one. Two.
Chicago's going to have the number 1 draft choice anyway. Sorry, Lori. Sorry. But it's looking like shout out to Lori. It's looking like they might have the number 1 draft choice coming up now.
Hey, man, you know what? It make her happy if they went for a quarterback. That make her so happy. And then the last game, man, and since we're fixing to head that way, Green Bay and San Francisco, man, 42-7, dog, Green Bay.
How you gonna do that to me? 42-7.
42-7, man. This will be a college game for Aaron Rodgers, man.
Oh my gosh! Oh, can my team please show up? Oh my goodness, and man! If you are wrong about this, Patrick, you know I'm bringing everything.
That's the reason why I said it. I hope you bring everything.
Oh my God, 42-7. You said it so confidently too, like no exaggeration.
Yeah, I know, man. It's like the Georgia game. I'm like, I don't know. And this game, I'm like, yeah, 42-7.
Oh my God, Patrick, you know what? I don't like your attitude. We're moving on.
Fair enough.
No, I'm just playing. No, I mean the way. No, but honestly, no. The way the 49ers are playing and the way the Packers are playing, man, I can see why you made that prediction. Yeah. But speaking of the 49ers, so here it is with Colin Kaepernick, man. I just want to get your thoughts on these reports questioning whether or not he's going to be the quarterback of the future from among other outlets, ESPN.
All right, man. First of all, I normally don't agree with ESPN for any reason. Even if they said turds were brown, I still wouldn't agree with them. But
where you come up with this?
I don't know. But my personal opinion on the whole thing, man, is even before ESPN said this, I have been doubting Colin Kaepernick being the quarterback for San Francisco to take them to a Super Bowl. And it's mostly because nothing against the man's talent, man. And dude, you know, I like Colin Kaepernick. His cockiness, his edge about him has always made me like the dude. All right. So when I say this, I hope and pray I am wrong about this because I do like Colin Kaepernick. But he's not the dude for San Francisco. I think I've already been saying this for about a better part of 8 months, man. I just don't think he's the man to take them to that level.
For starters, I think, first of all, let's start with these networks, in particular ESPN. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how it looks like Colin Kaepernick is evolving as a quarterback, getting a performance against Minnesota. Now he has a 4-interception game. Oh man, he's not the guy. Shows you how these networks are.
You know as well as I do, ESPN probably deleted that off their servers. I mean, look at what ESPN did when LeBron James went to Cleveland. I'm surprised they didn't do Cavaliers index on that crap. Don't get me started. You know what? I'm saving that for the NBA.
Basketball season. Yep.
I'll save that for the NBA special. But ESPN is full of crap anyway, man. They always
They just kind of ride with what's hot, man. That's what ESPN kind of does, man. And it's really sad that I'm saying this honestly, because you know me, Patrick, I actually do like ESPN. I do. And then all of a sudden they just got into this whole,
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Huh?
Feeling a little sick?
Well, I told you I needed to go to sleep, but
we'll blame you liking ESPN on that.
Yeah. But I don't know, but as a network, I mean, especially just kind of growing up, man. I mean, I like ESPN, but lately, and when I say lately, I mean probably starting with the Miami Heat when they came together. Yeah,
4 years ago.
It's been bad with the writing. So it's been horrible. But just getting back to Colin Kaepernick, I think this. Number one, I am a believer in Kaepernick. I do think he is the guy to take the 49ers potentially to a Super Bowl. The team does have to get better. I think they're kind of in a transition period, I guess, with the team. And if they can get better and he can start to watch some film, then he'll be okay. But
dude, you going through an earthquake right now?
No, it froze.
You ain't froze, I promise you. I'm sitting here listening to every word you said.
Man,
you're the technical difficulty tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Look, and you're still vibrating like crazy.
I know. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why my end is stopped though. My end's terribly stopped.
Well, I tell you what, man, you just keep going because you are not stopped. Let's go.
All right. So again, with Colin Kaepernick, I just think the team they're in the transition period right now, and hopefully things will start to get better around him. But he's going to have to do some things as well. So a couple of things have to happen. Number one, I think
tattoo parlor.
You know what? Look, he can get as many tattoos as he wants. But
hey, as long as he's watching film in there, I don't care.
Just play football, right? Just come in there, yeah, watch some film, whatever. But I think sometimes what happens to a lot of these mobile quarterbacks is, they're dual threat quarterbacks, right? So when they get into the NFL, coaches, for whatever reason, want to try to put them in the pocket But when they do that, they try to take away every single thing he does well outside of the pocket. So now you have a quarterback who's trying to stay in the pocket, and it just doesn't work out because when he does want to scramble, when he can't get some yards, he's thinking to himself, oh gosh, I got to stay in the pocket. I got to stay in the pocket. So I think you have to keep, I mean, it's a dual threat. That gives the defense a lot more to worry about. So you have to keep that in the arsenal. So I think that's one thing. Number two,
Add coaching.
yeah. And you know what? That's really bad because I think Jim Harbaugh did a lot of good things. But if there was one question I had, it was the way they kind of handled Colin Kaepernick. I think he came out in the second half, or excuse me, in the second half of 2012 and did great. Defenses made adjustments. They caught up to him. And now he has to make those adjustments, but you can help that out with coaching as well. I don't know if he got the best help as the coach from the coaches. So that's one thing.
Either. I don't think he did either, and that's the problem, man. That's the reason why I don't feel like he's going to do it. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong because I'd really like to see the man do what he needs to do and become a good quarterback because I've always liked him. I just don't think he's the man to do it now.
Yeah. Well, and another thing, Patrick, I think the contract, he signed a 6-year, $126 million deal. I think there's a little bit of pressure on him to try to live up to that deal. And another thing, social media. He's a little sensitive to what people have to say about him on social media. You know what? Opinions are like assholes, all right? Everybody has one. So what Colin Kaepernick can do with all those opinions is, well, blow it out of his asshole too. So I think he needs to go ahead and just play football. Don't worry about all that other stuff. What?
Where do you come up with this stuff, man?
I don't know, man. I think I've been hanging around you too long. But not a bad thing, man. Not a bad thing. But
but he just needs to let that crap go, man, and just do his thing. He does that, man. He'd be fine.
Yes. And so that's how I feel. But yep, to top it off, Patrick. Oh, and sorry for the technical difficulties in the earthquake footage. The computer's on my sitting on my lap right now. Sorry. But yeah, I think I'm still a believer in Colin Kaepernick. I think he can still get things going and he'll be all right. Super Bowl,
only time will tell.
Yes. So yeah, all right. Well, with the last topic, Patrick. So here it is: this Taylor Swift curse. So apparently, the 3 teams that have been cursed, quote unquote, by Taylor Swift, yeah, are the Astros, the Nationals, and the Padres. So I guess their winning percentages went down since Taylor Swift performed at these 3 stadiums. Now, real quick, man, before you jump in, I just want to say this. The Nationals, they're garbage anyway. I don't care if Taylor Swift performed 10 times on that field. It wasn't going to make a difference. We already knew the Nationals were going down. That we knew that. We called that out. The Padres, they were garbage already before Taylor Swift came to town. So no curse there. Stop it. Stop making excuses. The Astros, they're a young team.
They were already on the downfall anyway. After Texas made their move, they were already on the downfall. Taylor Swift, the only thing that look, it's like this. Now I'm going to have to interrupt you, and I'm going to have to say my piece about this. Okay. First of all, she has no power over a curse. Come on, it's Taylor Swift, dude. If she has that kind of power, then she has all these powers over these men that she's been singing about for years. So, are they all cursed? Probably, I guess, man, because they haven't found another woman yet. They still flocking over her little boobed body, and I don't even know what for. I mean, she's not even hot. 1, 2, she doesn't even know how to style her hair. She can't even put makeup on right, and she only has like 1 good song.
Which one is that?
I don't know. I was just giving her a benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor Swift, I don't know. She's okay, I guess, as a performer. I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of hers, but I don't This whole curse thing, stop. I mean, come on, stop it, man. It is ridiculous.
There's no way Taylor Swift can put a curse on any team.
And those teams are garbage. I mean,
mean,
what about the Astros? The Astros have been kind of doing their thing. They have a lot of young talent. Like you said, though, when the Rangers made their run, made the moves they made, it was looking pretty bad for the Astros anyway. But then the Astros are still first in the wild card, so they still might get a wild card. But the Nationals and Padres, come on. Ugh.
Come on, it's the Nationals, dude. What have I been saying about the Nationals for the past 5 weeks?
Trade the whole roster for a pack of
bubble gum. And right now, well, I do have to commend before. I know we need to wrap this up, but I'd have to commend Bryce Harper for one thing, and you will not get me out. You will not get this out of me ever again. He did show some hustle today. So I'm not going to congratulate Bryce Harper as much as I'm going to congratulate
Papelbon for choking him.
For choking him out. So you will hear this again from me. Way to go, Papelbon. Way to make Bryce Harper do his job. Good for you. Bryce Harper, you still suck.
The enforcer, Jonathan Papelbon. You're right.
Everybody give him a hand.
Well, on that note, that concludes this edition of Breath of Fresh Air. Again, respond to this webcast. Let me know what you think. Let me and Patrick know what you think. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties again. If it looked like I was going through an earthquake, I wasn't, but I understand if it does. So check out the Google Plus and Facebook pages for this. Again, Twitter and Instagram will be coming up as well. Busy week next week. We'll preview hockey, preview the Major League Baseball playoffs that will be starting on Tuesday, and whatever other topics come up. Until then, well, before I go, do you have anything else you'd like to add, Patrick?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Man.
As always.
Wow. You good. Wow. Just playing. I thought another salty comment was going to come out. That's what I was waiting for. But
I've met my quota for the day.
All right, cool. Well, on that note, everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the football action and the last weekend of the MLB's regular season. Until next week, take care.